Hey guys, welcome to Talking the Talkies. I'm Peter Waters, and today I will be doing my first ever reaction video. Today I'll be reacting to the official 2022 Golden Globe Award nominations reveal. The Golden Globes, in case you don't know, are currently embroiled in a lot of controversy. They've always been controversial. Pretty much they're run by an organization called the Hollywood Foreign Press, and they're made up of a very small group of international journalists. What they've come under fire recently is that it was recently revealed that it's been at least 20 years since they've had any black person in their voting body to decide on what movies and TV shows are nominated each year. So this group that kind of prides themselves on, having this diverse international community, not having any black people in among the 87 voters, it did not sit right with a lot of celebrities, and it took to Twitter, and one thing led to another, and basically NBC, who usually hosted on TV the broadcast rights for the Golden Globes, they are dropping the Golden Globes for the first time. And typically the Golden Globes are sort of seen as the laid-back, fun Oscars. No one takes them as seriously, so it's almost like a fun excuse to see celebrities, and it sort of starts off the Oscar season. You have hosts like Ricky Gervais, who have made headlines for his sort of really controversial jokes. So it's created a lot of really fun pop culture moments in the past, even though some of the nominations has been a little weird, which you can expect from such a small voting group. But it's kind of a fun start off to awards season. So this year, it's really kind of weird, just like awards season was weird last year as well with COVID and not a lot of people seeing the movies that were released. This year, the Golden Globes is weird because they're not even going to be broadcast on TV. They'll just be streamed online. But nonetheless, I have the nominations here. I have not seen these. I intentionally put my phone on Do Not Disturb mode because I figured I would have friends texting me in various group chats about the nominees. So I have put all messages on hold. So hopefully there wasn't some sort of emergency before I recorded this video. But I'm going to go through all the movie categories and see what was nominated. I'll discuss my thoughts in real time with you. This is totally unscripted, unplanned, so hopefully it ends up working. So here we go. I have the list in front of me, and I'll basically go through, say my thoughts on each one, and yeah, here we go. All right, so this is the official Golden Globe Awards website, winners and nominees. Let's go down. All right, so here's the official Golden Globe Awards website here, and I'm just going to go over the movie categories. All right, so Best Motion Picture Drama, we have Belfast, the new Kenneth Branagh film, very personal story. I expected this one. It's definitely huge Oscar bait type movie. It's sort of about his childhood. Coda, I'm happy to see. This is an Apple TV Plus movie. This is one that I feel like if it wasn't released on Apple TV Plus, if it had more of a theatrical run, it would probably have a good Oscar chance. It's a really great movie about this family of deaf people and the one hearing daughter, and she tries to find her way. She wants to find her way through life, but her family is all deaf, and she has a crisis. I want to live my own life, but I have to help my family. It's a really great movie. Dune, I'm not surprised to see here. This is probably going to get a lot of technical awards at the Oscars. This is like a huge epic based on Frank Herbert's novel. Not surprised to see that. King Richard, this is very much up the Golden Globes alley because they love their celebrities. They're like celebrity worshippers. So King Richard, it's like this, Will Smith's best chance at getting an Oscar in a while. So, and it's inspirational sports drama about the father of Venus and Serena Williams. So I expected that. Power of the Dog, I still need to see, but it's getting a lot of buzz. It's Jane Campion's latest film, and it's a Western. I really don't know anything about it, but it does have Benedict Cumberbatch in it and Kirsten Dunst in it. So I'm looking forward to it, but I don't really know anything about it at this point. Definitely going to catch up with that before the end of the year. All right, so I guess 5 nominations. So there you go. Those are the 5. Let's see what it is for musical or comedy. We have Cyrano, the starring Peter Dinklage from Game of Thrones. It's a musical version of Cyrano de Bergerac. Yep, that's a musical. Don't Look Up, I'm happy to see here, but like I said, not surprising for Golden Globes. They love their celebrities, and the cast for Don't Look Up is stacked with celebrities, so of course they're going to include that. Licorice Pizza, that's getting some Oscar buzz as well. Paul Thomas Anderson's latest movie. I have tickets to see it the day after Christmas, so I look forward to seeing that one. Tick, Tick, Boom, I'm not surprised by. That seems like a Globes-friendly movie. The musical about the writer of the musical Rent and the end of his life. And then West Side Story, which just came out, the Steven Spielberg remake of the 60s classic movie, getting a lot of buzz. So yeah, those are the choices. I can't think of any like major snubs off the top of my head. These pretty much seem like exactly what I would think for both of those categories. So if I had, maybe a list of everything that came out this year, maybe I could come up with something, but there are no surprises here at all. They all seem like pretty much what I expected. All right, so let's move on. Best Actress. We have Jessica Chastain for Eyes of Tammy Faye. I don't want to even look at the other ones. That's who I would vote for. She's one of my favorite actresses. This is one of her best roles, with a very tricky role to pull off. So yeah, definitely Eyes of Tammy Faye, I think, is a good choice. Olivia Colman for The Lost Daughter. I need to see that one. I'm not sure. Hopefully it releases in somewhere where I can see it before the end of the year. But Olivia Colman's been nominated for so much lately. She was nominated for The Favorite and The Father and all kinds of movies. She's like nominated every year, it seems like. Nicole Kidman, unsurprising for being the Ricardos. She plays Lucille Ball from I Love Lucy, and it's kind of a transformative performance, I guess. She has red hair, and she's playing a character unlike ones that she might have played in the past. Let's see, Lady Gaga for House of Gucci. Yeah, I figured that House of Gucci would do well at the Globes. I actually thought it might have. Maybe that one is one I would imagine getting a Best Picture nomination for, the Globes. But yeah, Lady Gaga, House of Gucci, and Kristen Stewart for Spencer playing Princess Diana. Again, no surprises here, nothing out of left field. I still need to see The Lost Daughter, but everything else seems like pretty much what I expected. So no surprises. Since I'm doing this live, you'll have to forgive me. I actually just turned on the lights because I realized I was broadcasting in the dark. So yeah, this is super live. There's no second takes here, so don't be alarmed if all of a sudden the lights in my room turned on. Anyway, let's continue with the Golden Globe nominations. No surprises so far, so this is probably a terrible reaction video. But let's keep going. Best Actor in a Motion Picture Drama. Okay, this is a surprise. So I'm glad for the first surprise. Mahershala Ali for Swan Song. This is a movie that I thought would kind of be shut out of a lot of awards things. I have not watched this yet, but it also stars Glenn Close in it, and she is in desperate need of an Oscar win. She's been nominated so many times, never won. So I'm glad to see maybe this, Swan Song, maybe it will, up her chances, but I doubt it because it's such a stacked Best Actress race. But Mahershala Ali, I haven't seen the movie yet, but he's always such a reliable actor that it doesn't surprise me. But I'm looking forward to that movie. Javier Bardem for Being the Ricardos. I kind of disagree with that one. I feel like there's probably better male lead performances. But he's another, solid actor. It is the Hollywood foreign press as well, and he is, primarily a Spanish-speaking actor, before he turned to Hollywood. So maybe there's some sort of connection there. Benedict Cumberbatch for Power of the Dog, got nominated for Best Picture, so it doesn't surprise me. Will Smith, not surprising at all. Denzel Washington, he's like a Meryl Streep. He's just nominated every awards show. Anything that he is involved with, there's a good chance he'll be nominated. And yeah, he plays Macbeth, directed by the Coen brothers. So that one, not shocking as well. So there we go. All right, so, we have multiple pages here, so let's go. Best Actress in a Musical or Comedy. All right, Marion Cotillard for Annette. I actually don't even know what that movie is, to be honest. So, Marion Cotillard's a great actress. She played Edith Piaf in La Vie en Rose, and she's always a great actress, so I have no doubt she's probably going to do well in Annette. I have not seen that one. Maybe I've heard of it, but I don't know if I clearly have not seen it. I do not recognize her being in anything. Alana Haim, she is in Licorice Pizza. It's been getting a lot of buzz. Like I said, I'm going to see that later this month. Jennifer Lawrence for Don't Look Up. So yeah, that one was nominated for Best Comedy. I guess I shouldn't be surprised to see her nominated here. I'm pleasantly surprised, though. That movie's been getting a lot of mixed reviews. I happen to think it was awesome, and I thought she did a great job in it as well. So, yeah, I'm happy to see her. This one's a genuine surprise. Emma Stone for Cruella. I did not expect to see that, but I thought Cruella was one of the best Disney live-action movies that they've done based off of their animated films. So that and Pete's Dragon are two of my favorites. Emma Stone killed that role. She was so good in it. And so yeah, I'm glad to see her get a nomination, even if it is a Golden Globe that means nothing. And last is Rachel Zegler for West Side Story. This is her first movie role, and she has a good chance of getting Oscar nominated, and she's nominated for a Golden Globe. She's getting all these predictive awards, so that's pretty amazing to star in your first ever feature film, and you're directed by Steven Spielberg, and you're getting nominations. Hopefully this doesn't inflate her ego too much, and she goes on to have a healthy career, but good for her. That's incredible. All right, so let's keep going. Best Actor in a Musical or Comedy. Leonardo DiCaprio for Don't Look Up. He has one really scene-stealing scene in this movie that maybe that could help him win. Peter Dinklage for Cyrano. Yep, he's the lead actor in this sort of big musical, so it doesn't surprise me. Andrew Garfield, again, doesn't surprise me. With Tick, Tick, Boom especially being nominated. Cooper Hoffman, he is Philip Seymour Hoffman's son, and yeah, it's nice to see that acting must run in the family. So I have yet to see Licorice Pizza, but it's pretty awesome to see the lineage of Philip Seymour Hoffman continuing his father's legacy of great acting, apparently. And then Anthony Ramos for In the Heights. For my money, In the Heights was a better movie than West Side Story. So they're both very similar films, musicals set in a city, and they're about race and the American dream and all that stuff. I loved In the Heights, and West Side Story, I was not a huge fan of that remake. So I'm glad to see some representation for In the Heights, at least, with Anthony Ramos's nomination here. So interesting. All right. Best Supporting Actress in a Motion Picture. We have Katarina Balfe, I think you pronounce her name. She's the mother from Belfast. This was another one that was predicted a lot, so not really surprising. Ariana DeBose, I think you pronounce it. She was in West Side Story. She was really good in the movie, so it doesn't surprise me. Kirsten Dunst, Power of the Dog. Have not seen it, but it's getting a lot of Oscar buzz and awards buzz, so... and she's always good, so I have no doubt that she's deserving of it. Anjanou Ellis, I think you pronounce it, from King Richard. Might be a controversial opinion, but I actually thought she did a better job in King Richard than Will Smith. So I'm happy to see she gets a nomination, and it's not just the Will Smith show, because she plays his wife in the movie, and in a lot of ways, the Richard character in that film is kind of problematic. He's maybe not maybe he shouldn't be considered the world's greatest dad that he's kind of portrayed to be in the film. He did ignore all of his other children other than Venus and Serena, so, or at least that's the way it's presented in the film. And Anjanou Ellis has a really great scene in the movie where she kind of calls her husband out on that. So I'm happy to see she's nominated. And then Ruth Negga for Passing. That was a movie I wasn't a huge fan of, but she plays kind of a complicated character in that, where she is a black woman passing for white. So I can see how that was nominated. I thought the movie was kind of dry, kind of boring, but I don't know. That was just me. So yeah, that's a solid list of actresses there. Again, without like having like a list in front of me of like possibilities, it's hard to say who was snubbed, but I can at least react to what's here. All right, Best Supporting Actor in a Movie. We have Ben Affleck for The Tender Bar. That one comes out later this year, I believe, and it's directed by George Clooney. Again, the Golden Globes love their stars, so George Clooney is a star, Ben Affleck is a star, so it's kind of like, that seems very Golden Globes-y. Jamie Dornan for Belfast. He's also the guy from 50 Shades of Grey, but this is like an actual movie, Belfast. So, and then also Kieran Hines for Belfast. So you got double Belfast nominations. I'm super happy to see Tony Kotzer, I think you pronounce it. He was the father in Coda, and he's incredible. So I'm glad to see him in that. And Cody Smith-McPhee for Power of the Dog. I have absolutely no opinion on this person and this movie because I didn't see it. So I'm looking forward to it. It's getting so many nominations. I feel like I'm being overhyped, and I'm probably going to end up not liking it. Jane Campion movies, there's some I love, some I hate, so I don't know. This one's getting a lot of awards, so I'm trying not to hype myself too much about it. All right, let's keep moving. All right, Best Director. We have Kenneth Branagh for Belfast. We have Jane Campion for Power of the Dog. Maggie Gyllenhaal for The Lost Daughter. Steven Spielberg for West Side Story. And Denis Villeneuve for Dune. Interesting. So this one, there are definitely some snubs. A lot of people were predicting that Guillermo del Toro might get some nominations for Nightmare Alley, his latest noir film remake. But that movie has not been nominated whatsoever, even though that has a lot of stars in it. And Guillermo del Toro is this big name in the industry, winning Best Picture for Shape of Water. So that one, maybe I'm kind of sad to see. Maybe that movie isn't as good as, I don't know. I'm not seeing a lot of nominations for that in various places. Yeah, I'm not surprised by any of these, except for Maggie Gyllenhaal. I didn't see that coming. I didn't realize that The Lost Daughter had much, like, buzz going for it. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing it because it's Olivia Colman as, in the lead role, so I'm excited for it. I think, you have two female directors here, which, not to be cynical, but I feel like, the Golden Globes, they're really trying hard to have equality. There's no directors of color, of course, on this list, but at least trying to put two women on the ballot. Maybe there's some sort of strategic element there. I don't know. All right, so moving on to the next category, Best Screenplay. All right, we have Paul Thomas Anderson. All right, so he didn't get in for director, but he got in for the screenplay. Kenneth Branagh for Belfast, Jane Campion, Power of the Dog, Adam McKay for Don't Look Up, and Adam Sorkin for Being the Ricardos. None of these are surprising to me. I think Adam McKay did such a great job with Don't Look Up, but I don't know. It's dividing people. I loved it. I have still not seen Licorice Pizza or Power of the Dog, so I cannot really comment on it. Being the Ricardos, not one of Sorkin's best. I'd be shocked if he won for that. All right, Best Picture Animated. We have Encanto, which just came out. I thought that was a great movie, very similar to Coco in certain ways, but the animation is just so beautiful in it. Flea, I still need to see. I'm super excited for it. It's sort of like I think it's sort of like an animated documentary in a way, so I'm looking forward to that. It looks really cool. Luca is the Pixar movie that went on to Disney Plus instead of theaters, very controversially, at least from the filmmaker's point of view, was hugely controversial. That one was all right. I think I liked the other two animated movies from Disney better this year. My Sunny Maud. I've never heard of this movie before in my life. I'm surprised, even though I have not yet seen Mitchell's versus the Machines. I'm surprised it's not nominated here. That is the Phil Lord, Chris Miller animated film that went on to Netflix this year. And Phil Lord and Chris Miller are the ones behind the 21 Jump Street movies and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which won animated feature at least a couple years ago, I think. So I always assumed that that would be the fifth slot for every single best animated film category. So I don't know. This might show that it's a little bit shaky if that will get nominated in places. I've never heard of My Son Imad. Watch it be some amazing movie. And then Riot and the Last Dragon, that is the one I would vote for. That was such an epic, amazing fantasy adventure film that I feel like will get unnecessarily buried because it came out earlier in the year when theaters were kind of in a weird place and not a lot of people felt comfortable going still. I think Encanto or Luca has a much better chance, but Raya and the Last Dragon has my vote. I think it's an amazing film. All right, so best foreign language film. I can tell you right now, I haven't seen any of these yet. A lot of these movies released later and in January for regular people like me to see, so I can't comment on them. But Compartment Number 6, I can say I've never heard of that. I have no comments. I'm going to have to look it up after this video. Drive My Car from Japan, I've also never heard of. I know it's a Beatles song. I don't know if it's related to that. The Hand of God, that's been getting nominated in a lot of different places. Paolo Sorrentino, I've never watched any of his movies, but he has been nominated in the past for Oscars, so that was kind of a given. A Hero is one I'm looking forward to a great deal because it's from Asghar Farhadi from Iran, and his movie A Separation and his movie The Salesman both won Best Foreign Film at the Oscars in the past. And A Separation to me is like an all-time great film. So anything he makes will be on my radar. So I'm looking forward to that one. And then Parallel Mothers from Pedro Almodovar from Spain. He is also a very well-respected foreign director. Not surprised to see that. Penelope Cruz is in the talks to maybe get a lot of nominations as well, maybe at the Oscars, I don't know. So Almodovar, he's kind of hit or miss with me, but The Skin I Live In is probably one of my favorite movies of the past, like, I don't know if it was released within the past decade, but if it was, it's one of my favorites of the past decade. So yeah, I have to look up Compartment Number 6 and Drive My Car, but the other three were expected nominations. All right, that might be the end of the film categories. Oh, no, it's not. We have Best Musical Score. Okay. Alexandre Desplat for The French Dispatch. He's nominated all the time. He has very whimsical scores, especially when he works with Wes Anderson, so that one's not surprising. Germaine Franco from Encanto. That's such a great musical movie, so happy to see a musical be nominated. Johnny Greenwood for Power of the Dog. I have not seen this movie, so I don't know the score yet, but Johnny Greenwood actually did a great score also for Spencer that came out this year, so you know, he had kind of multiple ways to get nominated. He's like really great. Alberto Iglesias for Parallel Mothers. I didn't even realize that was in the running for Best Score, so I don't know. When I watch that movie, maybe either later this year or in January, I'll be listening for the music. And then Hans Zimmer for Dune. That is a truly impressive score. It's not one that I would listen to necessarily, like on my own, but it sort of blends the line between score and sound effects. And just, if you read up about that score, it's a genius work. And I think it probably deserves to win, honestly, because it's so unique in how they used different materials to create the sounds and things like that. All right, Best Song. Okay, so this is always the category that's always lame every year because half the time the songs aren't even a part of the movie. They're just whatever song plays over the end credits. I can easily say that's the case for King Richard Be Alive because I have never... that song does not ring a bell, even though I saw King Richard. It must be the end credits song. Dos Oruguitas from Encanto. I can't say I remember that song off the top of my head, but I love the music in that movie, so Yeah, I'm sure it's probably one of the songs that I enjoyed in that movie. Um, Belfast Down to Joy, again, I'm not sure what that is. I know Van Morrison did a lot of the music for that, so I'm guessing it's a Van Morrison song. Respect, Here I Am. Um, that's another movie. I really need to catch up with that because it's Aretha Franklin's biopic with Jennifer Hudson. I'm assuming Here I Am is Jennifer Hudson's Aretha inspired song, maybe, for the end credits or something. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing that movie, listening to that song possibly. And what is pretty much guaranteed to win is No Time to Die, Billie Eilish's contribution to the Bond franchise. Such an incredible song, and she's like a teenager, and she's like, one of the biggest artists today. All right, so that brings us to the end of the movie categories here. So after that is TV. Too much to go over for one post. So I might have seen some of the TV shows, might not have. But for now, that is it. Those are the official Golden Globe 2022 nominees. I have not had any time to unpack what this all means. I haven't really processed any possible snubs besides Mitchell's versus the Machines, which I thought might have gotten in. But anyway, there we go. It's my first reaction video. Hopefully it wasn't a complete disaster. Let me know in the comments if you are looking forward to any of these movies, if you've seen these movies, if I should check any of them out in particular that I haven't seen already, and who you think is going to win. Anyway, so that's pretty much all I have to say. Hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, I will see you guys later.